You know that thing where you get an amazing pair of shoes at a really great price and want to tell everyone about it? Yeah, so do we. Here at Designer Shoe Warehouse, we'll give you something to brag about, like the latest styles from brands you love, or the trends everyone's obsessing over, or shoes that make you feel like, well, you. So go ahead, show off a little. Find shoes that get you at prices that get your budget. Head to your DSW store or DSW.com today. DSW, let us surprise you.
Take the exit. Turn right into the drive-thru.
Nope, I'm making dinner tonight.
You don't have time. Josh has practice.
Oh, that's right. I'll just get a salad.
And fries?
No, just the salad.
But salad cancels fries.
Salad only.
Fries.
Salad.
Fries.
Food noise isn't fair, but Mochi Health is. The affordable GLP-1 source that puts you on the road to successful weight loss.
Hey, can I get the...
Fries.
Salad. Sorry.
Learn more at joinmochi.com. Mochi members have access to licensed physicians and nutritionists. Results may vary.
Voices for Justice is a podcast that uses adult language and discusses sensitive and potentially triggering topics, including violence, abuse, and murder. This podcast may not be appropriate for younger audiences. All parties are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Some names have been changed or omitted per their request or for safety purposes. Listener discretion is advised. My name is Alissa Turney, and this is Voices for Justice. Today, I'm discussing the case of my sister, Alissa Turney, which honestly feels so crazy to say given how long it's been. But over the past few years, during the trial, I was quietly in the background helping produce a video project about Alissa. And in February, I sat down with our father for what I anticipated would be our final conversation. Now, if for some reason you're here and haven't listened to Season 1 about Alissa's case, go back and listen to that first, or else this conversation won't make nearly as much sense to you. Honestly, you'll need that full context to understand the nuances of this conversation. But as a very brief overview, for anyone who may not be familiar with my sister's case, Alissa went missing from Phoenix, Arizona in 2001. She was 17 and I was 12. Our father has been and remains the only suspect in her case. At a certain point, the police told me that my best chance of getting justice for Alissa was getting media pressure. After spending quite some time telling her story on other platforms, I was highly encouraged to create this podcast. Season 1 of Voices for Justice is all about Alissa. But right when I was in the middle of telling her story, the police arrested our father for her murder in August 2020. At that point, I paused all episodes about her case in its best interest as it continued to unfold. And our father went to trial in July 2023, where he was acquitted. Of course, I do plan to tell you all about that in her upcoming season because there is so much you guys don't know. You'll actually hear a few references to these incidents in this interview that I will provide more context on. And of course, as always, real audio and official documents to explain it in Alissa's new season that is currently in development. But sometimes, or really in my experience a lot of the time in true crime, it's unpredictable. Which is why you're going to hear this conversation I had with my father today instead of later in her new season on the media pressure feed, like I planned. As many of you know, my father's rare acquittal has only fueled his ego, and he is now making an effort to be an influencer. He started a YouTube channel, is attempting to establish a presence on social media, and has said that he plans to create a podcast and to write a book. He's also discussed soliciting donations from the public to supposedly search for Alissa in South America, under the belief that she was trafficked. Of course, I've been watching all of his content, and it does vary. It began by talking about his innocence with some brief mentions of Alissa, but now he mostly just rambles about nothing. For example, most recently, he's compared himself to both Jesus Christ and Donald Trump's in terms of wrongful persecutions. It seems that he's slowly shifting into trying to become a political influencer, using the idea that Alissa was sex trafficked to further his mission, whatever that may truly be. Y'all, it's been a wild ride that I've been documenting every single step of the way, and you'll hear it all eventually. But today, I'm just releasing this single conversation with him, and let me tell you why. When I met with him a few months ago for this video project, he immediately pulled out his phone and began recording, which is fine. I and the film crew were obviously recording also, and he was well aware of that. You'll even hear him speak to the crew throughout this interview. But after we met, he immediately published this video on his YouTube channel. And while few people have found that video, I anticipate that changing with the upcoming release of this video project in less than 2 weeks. It does feature a very short clip of this interview. Basically, I'm pushing this interview to drive traffic here, to the real story of what happened to Alissa instead of his channels and his blatant lies. So, in an effort to not inflate my father's ego with an influx of views on his channel, I've decided that deviating from the true crime entertainment machine and going rogue against my own marketing plan to put out this interview now is in the best interest of Alissa's case. And I will apologize that it's not in the neat package I was hoping it would be. But if we're being real, nothing about Alissa's case, her life, her story, has ever gone to plan. And I've had the most success when going rogue, which honestly feels like something Alissa ingrained in me early on. Be kind, but take no shit. So that's what I'm doing. I am shamelessly asking you to divert your attention from my father and give it back to Alissa, back to this channel that you helped me create, to get the focus back on the truth. There are other reasons that I am putting this out right now as well that will be revealed in time. And I hate being mysterious with you guys because I love telling you the truth and being transparent with you. I feel I owe you that respect because you helped me build this platform. But I have to think of Alissa first. And I promise you that is truly what I'm doing. Now that all of that is out of the way, I do want to give you a little context about this meeting and why I feel like it's completely different than any other meeting I've had with him. When I spoke with him in 2017 and 2019, those conversations were off the cuff. I didn't come prepared with a list of questions, talking points, or anything to reference. I led with my heart instead of my head. And I don't regret that. But this time, I changed my strategy. I came prepared, maybe over-prepared with a list of questions and supporting evidence. It's not perfect, but it's raw and it's honest. And while I hated every second of it, and I think you can hear that in my voice, since authorities have not been able to ever obtain an interview with him, like always, I just had to try to do my best. And I will say that while it is deeply traumatizing and unfortunate, I do have an advantage. Since I was the closest to my father, his youngest and his only biological daughter, I know that my words hit him harder and make him tailspin into odd answers that I don't think could have been evoked by anyone else. Like when he lashes out at me and asks if Alissa's longtime detective, Detective William Anderson, is my new daddy. Or when he accidentally confessed that Alissa was afraid he was going to kill her. At his most defeated, he even comments on my weight at the very end. In short, I bring out the real Michael Turney. I know the act my father puts on in the public, with the police and in our family. But there's something about maybe my blatant defiance, maybe me being the youngest, whatever it is, there's something about me and my line of questioning that makes him drop that mask. And you'll hear that in this interview. To be fair, I took it as easy on him as my entire childhood was. And the thing is, I knew he was expecting the same old questions. Tell me what happened on the day Alissa went missing. But I didn't do that. Or at least it didn't start that way. I wanted to throw him a curveball immediately. I wanted to ask him about what I believe was a premeditated plan spanning over a year to kill Alissa, beginning on the last day of her sophomore year. This theory never made it to season 1 before I had to stop making episodes. For some reason, an entire year before Alissa was gone, he told her school that she ran away and wouldn't be returning. He even admits in this interview that the incident in which Alissa took $300 from him, that she wrote about in the note found in her room, was from about a year prior. And if you listen to season 1, a handwriting expert from the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children has gone on record stating that they believe her note was written at 2 different times. I fully believe that he planned to kill Alissa on the last day of her sophomore year in high school after finding her note stating that she was planning to run away. But she got away and ran to a neighbor for help, creating a witness that my father couldn't as easily get rid of. So he gave in to her demands of going to live with our brothers. Then he panicked, made that contract stating that she'd never been abused, and called a number of agencies trying to cover his tracks until he could manipulate her into coming back home. There's more, and I do have documentation to further prove my beliefs, but it's too much to get into here. I just wanted to give you a general idea of why I asked him these questions first. And as a general disclaimer, because I know that he's going to have something to say about it, I did cut out some of the beginning of this interview to save your ears from the shuffling of me walking. Basically, for the production of the video project, I was waiting behind this curtain until they told me that I could come out. I say hi to my father, I ask for an extension cord, and then we begin our conversation. I do also want to address that you'll hear him say I promised him videos. He means our old home videos that I own. Of course, in order to set up this interview, I had to call him on the phone, and I recorded that entire conversation, and he did as well. But I never promised him videos. I think I said something to the effect of I'll look into it. And you'll hear that entire conversation as well at a later date. I will say I did agree to answer his questions. But after he clearly only wanted to accuse me of being some undercover police agent at age 15, I'd had enough and walked away from the conversation. I'll take full ownership of that, even though I don't even know if he had more questions. At the end, it really just turns nasty and into an argument. And after a lifetime of abuse from that man, I decided to walk away for my own sanity. And I don't regret it. While this is not how I wanted to share this interview with you, without any further delay, here is the latest conversation with the one and only suspect in Alissa's case, our father.
Insurance isn't one size fits all. That's why customers have enjoyed Progressive's Name Your Price tool for years now. With the Name Your Price tool, you tell them what you want to pay, and they'll show you options that fit your budget. So whether you're picking out your first policy or just looking for something that works better for you and your family, they make it easy to see your options. Visit Progressive.com. Find a rate that works for you with the Name Your Price tool. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
This episode of Voices for Justice is sponsored by Chewy. If you have pets, you probably know about Chewy, and you also know that when they say that they have everything you need to keep your pet happy and healthy, they're not messing around. To keep them happy, Chewy has over 100,000 products from all the brands my pets love at prices I love. To keep them healthy, Chewy offers pet prescriptions, pet insurance, telehealth vet visits, and they're even rolling out vet clinics across the country. I've been shopping with them for a very long time. And in addition to the auto-ship feature that gets the dog's food to them every single month, I also love to experiment with different treats. But I'm a bit picky. For me, it has to be high quality with simple ingredients. I recently picked up treats from Shepherd Boy Farms that are 100% just chicken breast. Popcorn and Heber are already obsessed. Chewy has everything you need to keep your pet happy and healthy. And right now, you can save $20 on your first order and get free shipping by going to chewpanions.chewy.com/Sarah E. Turney. That's chewpanions.chewy.com/Sarah E. Turney to save $20 on your first order with free shipping. chewpanions.chewy.com/Sarah E. Turney. Minimum purchase required. New customers only. Terms and conditions apply. See site for complete details. Is this my extension cord?
Are we going live?
No, it's not. What are you talking
shut
about
up.
live? Why would we go live? Are you going live on your YouTube channel?
You never know. I don't have a channel, but that's okay.
Yeah, you do. What are you talking about?
I have videos on YouTube.
Yeah, it's called a YouTube
I
channel.
wished I owned it, though.
Who owns it?
Hmm?
Who owns your YouTube channel?
I have no idea.
What do you mean you have no idea?
I don't know. Who owns TikTok?
No, your YouTube channel. No, it's fine.
Oh, I have my own channel? I didn't know that. I just put on shows. Rhett doesn't tell me everything.
Oh, so Rhett is doing your YouTube for you, is that right?
Well, I don't know how to do it.
Oh, okay. I just see him on the internet.
I assume you're well?
I mean, what's your definition of well? This is
During my days in the Army, it was whether you could walk or not.
Okay. So I know that you have questions for me, but I just want to get through this without it becoming some crazy argument. So are you okay if I ask you questions first?
You're more than welcome.
Okay. So I wanted to ask you, what happened on Alyssa's last day of school in May 2000?
What happened?
May 2000, yes.
2001?
No, 2000.
The last day of school in the year 2000 when she was,
Sophomore at Barry Goldwater High School.
oh, the last day at school. I don't even remember the last day of school in the year 2000.
Oh, really? It was a big event.
Refresh my memory.
Well, she says that you took her out into the middle of the desert and tried something with her. Rhett alludes to sexual assault.
That's a lie. That's absolutely a lie. Nothing was ever tried on Alissa out in the desert or otherwise.
Okay, so what happened when she ran from your truck to the neighbor for help?
To the neighbor?
Hmm?
Alissa was high on whatever charity Robinson gave her.
Okay.
And then we called her your brothers. Okay. And she went to go stay with them. It was Charity and Hurst's plan so Alissa could leave the house.
Well, she demanded to stay with Mike and John, is that correct? Because that was your statement.
I don't think she demanded it to a certain point. In fact, it was my idea that if she needed to leave the house, not to go with Charity, but to go with her brothers instead, as if I remember that day.
Right, and this is what initiated the May 19th, 2000 contract regarding my statement about things in my life at home. Right, and one of those items was that you never sexually assaulted her.
Which is correct.
Yeah, I'm confirming. Because that seems like a big incident.
Well, it was. The contract was also to protect you because the Arizona Child Protective Services would have taken you as well as Alissa if they had found something to it, which they did not.
Sure. Did you ever get that statement from the neighbor that you were looking for about the incident?
No.
Okay.
Did you?
No, but you, in a recorded conversation with Mike, you said that you wanted to get a statement from that neighbor about the incident, the one that she ran to. Because the police were never able to. They were never able to track down that neighbor.
Well, he didn't want to get involved, is what I understand.
Yeah.
Because I did go back to him because of the incident so he could report how high Alissa was. Because she was very high.
Got it.
Whatever she was on.
I was also wondering, 4 days later after that incident, $2,000 was withdrawn from her bank account. What was that used for? Because you signed you signed the slip.
4 days later, $2,000 was withdrawn from her account.
Yes.
I'm not really sure.
It's a big amount of money, even for us as a family. Was it to take care of her at Mike and John's, or?
Could have been. I don't know, sir.
Yeah. Because, these are my legitimate questions. You know what I mean? You think that I'm brainwashed by police. So I just want to ask these questions. So how did you feel about Alissa after she accused you of sexual assault in 2000?
Upset, disappointed, my heart broken.
Were you angry?
Yes, at her. Yes, I was. Because she endangered you as well.
Losing your temperament?
Losing my temperament. You mean to a point of what, Sarah?
Those were your words, actually.
Oh, good. I'm glad to say that I use those words and you can remember those words. You talking about the recording that they played in court?
No, I'm talking about November 2000. You had a phone call with Mike again. And I'm paraphrasing here. You said, things are getting harder. It's hard to do things for people who aren't nice to you, who lie to you, who screw you over. I'm getting old, losing my temperament.
Oh, that's absolutely accurate. Alissa disappointed me because she was being deceitful because she wanted to get out of the house.
Right. And she ran away on the last day of her sophomore year from Barry Goldwater.
I think it was more of a controlled leaving. She didn't run away. If she had run away, she probably would have taken off. But what you're talking about is allegedly a desert incident, but yet Alissa waited until we got back home. Because I remember we pulled in the parking lot and she was acting really weird. Eyes were shooting all the place, and then she gets up and takes off.
Parking lot where?
Or not parking lot, but the driveway.
Oh, so you never went to the desert. You took her straight home. And she didn't run away that day.
No, she didn't run away. She went with her brothers.
Oh, because you, in June of that year, you wrote to Barry Goldwater High School, wrote them a letter that said that Alissa ran away on her last day of sophomore year. So you can understand my confusion.
I don't have any idea, Sarah. That's a long time ago. I remember the incident because of how much it broke my heart.
Okay. So
despite
writing that letter,
this interview is a hostile interview where you can come in and interrogate me. That's not what we agreed to on the phone, Sarah.
Dad,
I'm not here
I
for
told
you
you I
to
was going to have
interrogate me,
questions.
okay? Because you're asking stuff again, condoning exactly what the Phoenix PD created as a lie.
No, Dad, you
I
said
did
that
not
I
kill
need to
your
rely on my
sister.
memory, and now I am using examples.
No, you don't have your memory. You're reading off from something that you just said it yourself. You just read it because of letters I wrote. You don't remember that. Were you there?
That's what I'm saying. I was not there, so I'm using letters. I'm using your words and asking you questions so that
No,
I can
Sarah,
understand
you're taking
what
my
happened.
words out of context.
You
Seeking a
I can pull it
clue.
up. I can pull it up.
It doesn't
I have
matter,
the letter
Sarah.
that you wrote to Barry
This is
Goldwater.
not a cross-examination. I can get up and walk out here anytime I want to.
And so can I.
I'm trying to do this for the sake that you said that somehow this is going to get out the truth and the facts. And you're misquoting a lot of things and taking it out of context already.
I have the
We
case
haven't even been
file.
involved in 10 minutes.
I can show you the letter.
I can show you a lot of letters too, Sarah, that say just the opposite, that say that why I did this and what I wrote letters to Alissa.
Are you denying writing that letter, then?
Am I denying what?
Writing that letter to Barry Goldwater High School? That she ran away on the last day
I
of
wrote a lot of
sophomore year?
letters to Barry Goldwater High School.
Okay, we can move on to the last day. Is that okay?
You continue on with your attitude, Sarah. I'm going to leave. Do you understand?
What do you want?
You got
me to do?
you got your 57 minutes or whatever it was I gave you, which was really something I didn't necessarily want to do, but I wanted certain answer from you as well.
You're here.
Is why you decided to go ahead and let the Phoenix Police Department turn you and change your story from what you actually revealed.
You'll have an opportunity to ask me questions when I'm done asking my questions. Is that fair? I think that's fair.
It's not fair what you're starting out with, Sarah.
So why? I'm asking you about the day that she went missing. That's not fair?
Are you talking about
Is that not what you expected?
2000. Are we talking, we back up to 2001 or are we still talking about 2000?
We are now moving on to 2001.
Okay.
That last day. So what I remember is that you were immediately scared for Alissa's safety. And I have my notes because my memory's bad. So yes, you can see my notes if you want to. Especially because you said somebody tried to break into our home, an incident I don't remember, but I believe you when you say that.
Do you remember the police department showing up?
And your issues with the union. So were you scared for Alissa's safety? Because it felt like when I got in the truck that day, you seemed scared for Alissa's safety.
I was scared for both your safety, Sarah. You were in that house too alone when Alissa called 911. Do you remember the Phoenix Police Department being there on that day when the man tried to break in?
No.
You don't remember the Phoenix Police Department?
No, I don't.
You were standing out there with them.
I'm telling you right now, I believe you though. But no, I don't remember.
Okay.
So this is a question I've had for a long time, and this is a genuine question from my heart. I'm not cross-examining you.
Was I afraid for Alissa? Yes.
Yes. So
why do you think I took you to school and took her to school and picked you up?
Right. So you were scared.
Why did I get her a cell phone?
Dad, that day, though, when Alissa was not answering her phone, were you scared for her safety immediately? Because that's what it felt like to me.
Yes.
Okay. So with your background in law enforcement, why did you let me, a 12-year-old, go into Alyssa's room first?
I went in with you, Sarah.
I went in first, Dad.
You might have been first, but I was right with you whenever you picked up the phone. I remember it sitting on the desk. I remember the fact that
it wasn't a desk.
It was a dresser then, or whatever it was she had there.
The dresser right on the left-hand side. That is something I remember.
What was underneath the cell phone?
I don't know if it was underneath it, but the dresser and the note were both right on the
right underneath that.
It was folded? I don't remember that.
I do.
I believe you if you say that. I just don't remember that. Okay, so...
You heard the buzzing before I did because you entered the room before. It was buzzing, correct?
No, I don't remember it buzzing. You would probably have a better memory of that day than I would, but I don't remember the buzzing. It also would have been really helpful if the police would have interviewed me that day, but that didn't happen, unfortunately. So they had to rely on my memory from 7 years later, which is extremely unfortunate.
That's because the Phoenix PD refused to accept Alissa as an endangered runaway.
Okay, so my next question, something that has always confused me, that I didn't learn for a long time, is how you reported Alissa missing. So again, and it's not just normal parent stuff. It's with your background in law enforcement. So why did you report Alissa missing in such a way that would not elicit any response? You said, my daughter ran to her aunt's house in California. She's on drugs. with your background in law enforcement, with you
heard me say that?
With you being afraid for her safety right then and there, why would you report her missing like that?
In the first place, Sarah, when I called, I got the normal response. And this is law enforcement, which was back then as well as it was when I was in law enforcement. They said, we will not take a report until after at least 24 hours has passed. That was their policy. They said that up front. I insisted. Do you know how long the phone call lasted?
No, I don't have that in front of me.
22 minutes. It's on the phone records.
But why didn't you say, I think my daughter's in danger. I've been having all these issues with the union. Somebody broke into our house. I'm scared. You didn't say that.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
Not according to the police report.
Isn't that amazing? Where is the tape recording that I made of that phone call?
I have no idea, Dad.
Phoenix PD does. It didn't fit the motive, opportunity, and means, Sarah, so that tape recording is missing, as well as the video that you saw me put that camera up the day that Anderson and Summershoe came.
I already told
and
you.
And that's a big contract. You say, I don't
tonight.
remember Anderson's hostility. I don't remember his face turning red. That's convenient, Sarah. Very convenient for the Phoenix Police Department. Why are you supporting
I
them?
was a teenager. You're saying that I colluded with the Phoenix Police Department as a teenager?
What do you jump back from I was a teenager to now suddenly I'm an adult and now I'm more intelligent? Sarah, you're a very intelligent person. Always have been. Very picky on your friends. Alissa was just the opposite. You were fully aware of your awareness. I had little to worry about your decisions. You made great decisions until you turned into a teenager. Then you got into drugs and you got into that boyfriend of yours that you said you were going to run away with.
So in 2017, you told me that you gave Alyssa's cell phone, like what? I don't remember the timeline. Within 2 weeks, probably, that she was gone. You told me that you gave that to me so I could monitor it at age 12. So my question is, why did you believe that I was the best person to monitor Alyssa's cell phone instead of yourself or the police?
Because of your intelligence, Sarah. Because you also wanted a cell phone. Do you remember the dispute you and Alissa had? And you had with me because you thought I favored Alissa by giving her a cell phone and not you?
Yes, and I admitted that in court. Not the cell phone part, but yeah, of course I thought Alissa... I was extremely confused as a child, and I admit that. I'm not here to lie to you. I'm here to ask you questions.
No,
and
you're here to twist things, Sarah. I'm sorry.
How is that twisting? Who in their right mind gives the cell phone to the 12-year-old? Especially with a background in law enforcement.
Who in their right mind?
Why not give it to police? Why not give it to police?
Why not give it to the police?
Mm-hmm.
What makes you think I didn't offer it to them to go?
Why not monitor it yourself then?
No,
or
Sarah,
one of my four
because
older
maybe
brothers.
I was more concerned about your welfare should something happen to you, that you'd have access to call 911.
Well,
you don't think a cell phone's a safety issue?
Well, why didn't I have one before then?
I don't have any idea, Sarah. Now you're questioning my parental decisions of a man who was in a panic situation because his daughter ran away.
I mean,
have you ever had someone run away, Sarah, where you were in a panic situation?
Yeah.
And every decision you made was an excellent one?
Absolutely. My next question is, why didn't we conduct a single search for Alissa in Arizona?
A what?
Why didn't we conduct a single search for Alissa in Arizona?
Why didn't we conduct a single search?
For Alissa in Arizona.
Are you crazy? What do you think I was doing? Calling all the people she had in her yearbook?
That's not a search.
Oh, then what would be the search? I went from door to door. She think I should
search
kick in
party,
doors?
like you promised Jessica Case. You said, we're going to do a search party for Alissa. I'll call you back, and you never did.
Maybe it's because you guys didn't want to get involved. Your only involvement was setting up the website for Arizona Runaways, as I recall.
And creating the flyer.
I had to not coerce you, but I had to bribe you to get you to even go with me on the trip to California. I'm not going unless I have Wi-Fi, Dad. Okay.
I was a child. You were
I was
the
a
parent.
child. Every excuse you make, Sarah, is because suddenly you've gone from a woman to a child. Your intelligence, Sarah, showed up at a very young age.
So why didn't we celebrate Alyssa's birthdays? Honor her at Christmas. Do anything. Seriously. I mean, I was trying to run away from it. I can tell you that for sure.
Why didn't we celebrate Alyssa's birthday?
Or do anything in her honor.
And
we almost never talked about her.
You know for a fact that we didn't celebrate her birthdays.
We didn't do anything together. You wouldn't even talk about her.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe you didn't talk about it. Maybe I got on the phone and reminded your brothers that today is Alyssa's birthday. Just like I had to remind them when Barbara's birthday. That was your mother. Remember her? You remember what day your mother was born?
Yes, Dad.
Yes,
Dad.
What day?
Do you want to keep it relevant, or are you going to talk about
No, I'm asking, do you remember the day your mother was born?
Yes, it's part of my password's 1127, Dad.
Okay,
You think I forgot about my mother? Just because she doesn't come visit me in my prison cell doesn't mean I
You
forgot
don't have
about
to
her.
remember your mother, Sarah.
So
Not when she was alive. You weren't
Why-
even self-aware. till
why did you
6
throw
months
away
later.
all? Why did you throw away all of Alyssa's things after I begged you to keep them? All
I
her
didn't throw
furniture,
away
her
Alyssa's things.
blankets.
Who took her makeup desk, Sarah?
No, there were some things that I wanted you to keep everything. I stole everything from her room. Of course I did. I was her little
You
sister.
took everything, anything that was left of Alyssa's stuff was put in those trunks.
No, her TV stand that she painted specifically was gone. There were blankets that I remember that were gone. Her writings, her drawings, all that stuff was gone. Most of her clothing. That's why, remember,
That's not true, Sarah.
you talk about the day that I let the Phoenix PD into the house. And because I told them, oh, we have storage sheds full of stuff. Because that's what I was told. I didn't go check because I know you're going to be mad that I said that I was a kid, but I just trusted you. And I said,
Well,
my
sure.
dad says they're in there, so they're in there. And then they come and all the stuff's gone. Where'd it go?
Where did the stuff go, Sarah? Sarah, you were there. We moved. Remember? Alyssa ran away from the house across the street that we were renting, and I bought the house across the street, so in case she came back. Now, all of her property was moved out of that house
To where?
to the house across the street.
No, because it was gone. I moved
No, it
everything.
wasn't,
When you went to
Sarah.
prison, I took
I
care of the
saved
house and
every
moved everything
single
out.
thing of Alyssa's property for quite a few years. When the Phoenix PD got there, whatever was missing, you had consumed or assumption into your life.
What did I do with the TV stand that she painted? How do I consume that and
I
somehow
don't
it
have any
disappears?
idea, Sarah, about a TV. I'm more concerned with looking for my daughter.
So you
Who
haven't,
took you down for the DNA testing, Sarah?
you haven't been
Was
able
that
to answer.
Detective Anderson, your new daddy? Did he take you down to do it? Did Murphy come and get you? Who took you and John down to the downtown Phoenix office for the DNA testing?
I can stop this interview right now if you're not going to be civil.
I am being civil.
No.
You're the one that's being hostile.
Calling Detective Anderson my daddy, grow up. This episode of Voices for Justice is brought to you by Quince. I've been trying to be more intentional about what I wear each day. I'm leaning into pieces that feel effortless, comfortable, and still put together. And Quince has been my go-to. The fabrics feel elevated, the fits are flattering, and everything just works without overthinking it. They use premium materials like 100% European linen, organic cotton, and ultra-soft denim. And the best part? Everything is priced 50 to 80% less than similar brands. They work directly with ethical factories and cut out the middlemen, so you're paying for quality and craftsmanship, not brand markup. I recently just ordered their tiered linen dress, of course in black. I wanted to pair it with one of my favorite pairs of brown wedges. The problem was, I didn't have a brown purse. So I got that from Quince too. It's one of my favorite outfits. It's easy, effortless, and feels amazing, especially as we're getting a little bit warmer here in Phoenix. Refresh your everyday with luxury you'll actually use. Head to quince.com/justice for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. Now available in Canada too. That's QUINCE.com/justice for free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/justice.
What they did to your family, you're lucky to make it out alive.
Streaming on Peacock.
These men are going to come after me. Taking them out is my only chance.
Put a bullet in her head.
From the co-creator of Ozark.
Looks like a family was running drugs.
Execution-style killing, it's rare for the Keys. Any leads on who they might have been running for?
The cartel killed my family. I'm gonna kill them. All of them.
MIA. Streaming now. Only on Peacock.
Well, you're asking for personal.
You argue that Alissa was incapable of caring for herself, which is why you had to be so overbearing. But yesterday, you said that she was fully capable of surviving on her own. What made you change your mind about that?
I didn't change my mind. Your sister made poor decisions, Sarah, because she was easily influenced.
I'm pretty sure that you said that she couldn't read a phone book. And now you're saying that she could
couldn't.
easily survive on her own.
I taught all of you children how to use a phone book when it was applicable, and Alissa could not get it right.
So what changed?
What do you mean, what changed?
Why do you said one thing before, now you're saying a different thing.
That didn't say anything, Sarah. Again, you're taking things out of context.
That's not true at all.
Yes, it is. You're absolutely
I will
twisting
take that
the
as a
stuff around.
non-answer like everything else.
You can't believe everything the Phoenix PD told you, Sarah. That's
Dad,
what you're
I'm
doing.
going off your statements. I'm not going off. So you said that Alissa took a large amount of money from our Disneyland fund before she went missing, right? That's what Jamie Jackson yelled at me about in court, right?
Did we have a Disneyland fund, sir?
Yeah, we had a change fund. Absolutely. So how much did she take from that Disneyland change fund?
Well, I didn't keep an exact, accurate account, but it could have been anywhere between $500, $600, $700, $800. I don't remember the exact amount.
Do you remember the last time?
But it was a hell of a lot more than $300 as she said she took.
Do you remember the last time we went to Disneyland before Alissa went missing?
No, I don't. I don't remember. I think there was some pictures I remember that I've seen on all over the internet when we were, both of us were standing there.
Yeah, me, you, Mike, John, Alissa.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So that was 2 months before she went missing. So you're saying in a matter of about 8 weeks, we were able to save $700, $800 in change?
Sir, we started saving all week. Do you remember cashing in aluminum cans?
So we didn't use the Disneyland fund, or did we? Because I'm confused. I'm not saying we didn't save for Disney. I'm saying, how did she take $800 out of there? We just went to Disney. Where did this change come from? That's a lot of money in 8 weeks.
And that's a lot of money in 8 weeks. So what you're saying is the chronology is that the money from what we supposedly saved was used 2 months before we went to Disneyland.
Well, if it was the Disneyland fund, I would assume that we used it for Disneyland. I don't remember. I didn't have to pay for anything, so it wasn't really my concern.
Again, you don't know the financial situation. How do you know Mike didn't pay for it?
Okay, so you're saying that we did not use the Disneyland fund?
Apparently we didn't.
Okay. But you're saying that Alissa took that $300 as well?
Oh, that's what she said in her note. I don't know what she took, Sarah.
Okay, well, John says that he was called into that situation because you caught Alissa taking $300 and made her give it back. So is John lying about that?
And that was a year before, whenever Alissa was doing drugs, around the same time she wanted to leave. When we were at the house, somebody broke into the strong box and took out quite a few dollars. The exact amount I'm not sure of. I thought it could have been anybody except I eliminated you because I didn't know why you'd do it. All you had to do was ask for it and you got it.
Well, I stole money from you before. Remember when I went to Peter Piper? I took like $100 from you, went to Peter Piper and got all the coins. I'd taken money from you.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I do. I admit it.
I trusted you.
You gave Alissa all my coins. I remember I was bummed out about it.
I did?
Yeah.
You're holding me responsible for that?
I'm just, no.
Did Alissa ever attack you physically?
I'm taking responsibility. Did you ever attack Alissa physically? Did you tie her to a bed and gag her?
No.
Oh, it was a chair, right?
Hmm?
It was a chair, right? Not a bed.
What?
What did you tie her to?
What did I tie Alissa to?
Okay.
What in the hell are you talking about?
So, I mean, either everybody's lying or you're lying.
It's not an all or none, Sarah. It's whether or not people were there.
Why did you make me the family contact for police? I still don't understand.
Why did I what?
Why was I made the family contact for police?
That would be between you and John.
No, I mean, you asked me.
No, I did not.
John didn't ask me at all.
Whenever I decided to stop being the contact person because of the way the Phoenix PD was not conducting their investigation, John became the contact person. That's in writing, sir. That's also on a tape recording.
No, I know John was at one. He admitted that in court, yeah.
John decided he didn't want it, I guess, apparently, whatever you and he worked out. I wasn't there whenever he decided to give it to you. Whoa, see? You didn't know that, huh? Yeah, I do. I remember distinctly. Why would I give it to you, Sarah?
That's not, you can't assume what I'm feeling based on my facial expression. So you can just knock that off. Yeah, no, because you had asked me to, you sat me down and you said that you were too sick and that you couldn't handle it. And I said, of course I'll do it. You don't remember that?
No, Sarah, you didn't want anything involved with that. In fact, you were upset because I was doing it. One of the negotiations we made, Sarah, was about whenever you ran away, you wanted me to stop spending all the time searching for your sister.
That is completely fabricated.
No, it's not.
Completely. Okay, well, I can call in that boyfriend and we can talk about that if you'd like.
Which boyfriend?
The one where you said when you had to call in the police. I'm still in contact with him.
Well, that's good.
His name is Brian. Really? He was an adult. His dad is still alive.
Does he still supply the drugs for you like he was?
I don't know why you let me move in with an 18-year-old meth dealer. I mean,
I didn't let you move in with him.
I mean, you
let
Nick
didn't
move
care.
In
with you. Is Nick a drug dealer?
I don't know.
That was part of the deal. You wanted the master bedroom. You wanted the lick to it. You wanted the marijuana.
You are not saying that part of the deal was I got the master bedroom. You moved me into the master bedroom immediately after Alissa was gone. You said, I do not want you walking around in a towel. So you call CPS or somebody else does and accuse me of sexual assault. Don't you dare flip that on me. And then when we moved into the new house, you said, of course you get the master bedroom for the same reason.
How hostile you're becoming.
I'm not hostile. You're trying to gaslight me and you're continuing your abuse and I'm not taking it.
What does gaslight mean?
Look it up.
Boy, Sarah, you're just absolutely nasty.
I mean,
This is not an interview. This is not a mutual exchange.
So
You're making me defend myself.
Why did you
this? Why
refuse
that?
to go to the police station for a formal interview?
It's simply because Anderson would not let me bring my own video equipment. Point blank.
So are you willing to do that now? To interview with, not Anderson, but just the Phoenix Police
Am I here with you right now? Yeah, I mean, this is not an interview, Sarah. This is an interrogation.
I told you I had questions. These are my questions.
You don't have questions, Sarah. You're hostile. You're trying to twist this around again.
These are straightforward questions without
Sarah.
twists.
I was found not guilty because your buddy did not.
You were not found not guilty. You were acquitted. So are you willing to interview with the Phoenix Police Department?
Sarah. It's the same thing.
Are you willing to interview with the Phoenix Police Department?
With the Phoenix Police Department? I don't have anything to do with the Phoenix Police Department. I've called them trying to get my personal property back.
Okay. Would you be willing to interview with the FBI?
I tried to get that too, and they refused.
The question is...
Excuse me, not refused. They have not responded.
So would you be willing to interview with a law enforcement organization of any kind?
Why not? It depends on what it's about.
It would obviously be about Alissa. What do you mean?
What do you mean about Alissa? Alyssa's thing is over with, Sarah. That trial is done.
Well, they have
the number one suspect was not guilty.
So what? Okay, because as I read the police file and different statements...
Excuse me just a minute, sir. This is about you trying to regenerate another investigation of me over Alissa.
I am asking you questions that I want to know the answer to.
Just stick with the questions, Sarah. Stop asking me questions like, are you willing to sit down with the Phoenix Police Department?
Because I want to know.
Are you willing to do this?
Last time you said that you had to do it live on TV with Canadian operators and you wanted to interview the judge on your bomb case, John Walsh, me, your whole family.
Yeah, I think that'd be the best idea because there's a lot of lying going on here and it ain't me.
Okay, I'll take a polygraph if you will. I told that to you years ago.
You're going to pay for it because the Phoenix PD ain't.
I'll pay for it. So, again, one of my questions is, because all I have to go off of are statements from other people, my memory. These are my only tools, Dad. So there are so many different stories about the video of the last day.
There was no video, Sarah.
So if there was no video, what did you show John?
I asked John as a witness to look at the video, okay, to see if there was anything in there of past of a day before that, a week before that, or whenever the last time I used that 8-hour tape. The same ways I told Detective Schonfelder, all of which was put in writing. At least probably twice a month, I sent him written reports, all of which disappeared, according to Detective Anderson.
Oh, so you did keep in constant contact with the police, is that
with Detective Schonfelder, yes, I did. And also his supervisor named Sergeant Bob White, who was investigating the little girl who was viciously murdered and said he didn't have time, didn't have enough staff to look into my case. I also refused to allow me to get the phone number Alissa called from, which they had the power.
Okay, so what I'm confused about is because apparently Officer Mark Daly with the Phoenix PD sent a postcard to our home in January 2004 because you never told them that you changed your phone number. They didn't have a way to get a hold of you. So if you're communicating with them every 2 months, how does that happen?
With who?
He seems like a random. I haven't seen him a lot in the case file. Officer Mark Daly sent us a postcard to him because they didn't have contact information.
I don't remember exactly, Sarah. I changed my phone number for a number of reasons other than that from time to time because of harassing phone calls and what have you.
Wouldn't you want the police to have your number, though?
What's that?
Wouldn't you want the police to have your number for Alissa?
So the police always had a number, whether they lost it or not, just like they lost the dental records of Alissa the first time. Did you read that in the report?
So you're saying that they lost it?
Apparently they must have if they sent me a card saying they didn't have it.
Okay. No, I remember I read the report where you gave
I don't understand why you would think, Sarah, that I wouldn't want them to be able to at least get a hold of if something come up. Did you ever look at the dead body pictures and stuff that they sent me?
I don't think that the pictures are in the file. Are you talking about the one that was burnt up in a dumpster that I learned from
I'm talking
Tara?
about the other ones, too. The Green River one associated came from there, as well as the others that the Phoenix PD never followed up on. I had to call the agencies and convince them that the Phoenix PD is not in contact with me and cooperating with me in reference to my investigation to search for Alissa. That went on all the time. Those tape recordings are also missing.
Okay. Why did you tell so many different stories about Alissa's last day?
And what reference is that, Sarah? What different stories did I tell?
Well, Linda Kramer says that you told her that Alissa, you dropped her off at the movies and she left with a biker.
Linda Kramer, again, says a lot of things that differ with me. I don't know why she said that. I have no idea. Why would I even say that?
You don't think Linda Kramer loved Alyssa?
I don't have any idea. All I know is that when it came time, when I asked Linda to take Alissa for a period of time, because I didn't want it completely messing up your life as well, Linda eventually said no.
Why'd you tell a neighbor that Alyssa was on vacation?
Are you talking about Judy, the bomb expert?
No, I would tell you if it was Judy. I would tell you if it was
I
Judy.
don't have any idea, Sarah.
I remember Judy Wacker. I would tell you if it was Judy.
All I know is that the Phoenix PD told them a lot of bad things about me, how weird I was and strange, and I wasn't normal before they even talked to these people, because all these people told me that, which I tape recorded all those interviews, Sarah. Just like all of Alyssa's friends, all of those were taped. All of those were available to the Phoenix PD if and when they asked for them and they wanted them. And they were told that in letters, which is probably the reason why they disappeared. When you're trying to build a motive, opportunity, and means by a police department, Sarah, you can't have those kind of things in there because it destroys your timeline. It destroys whatever you're trying to object to. I mean,
no, you have quite the law enforcement background, which is why a lot of these things.
No,
are so
sir, I
shocking.
remember these things because I don't trust the Phoenix Police Department and never have.
So why did you give John Lackman a random number to call saying that he could reach Alyssa there? You know, he called it every day that summer.
I have no idea. I gave him Lynette's his phone number.
No, because Lynette didn't get calls from John. Neither did Teresa.
Well, then I don't understand. Maybe he copied it down wrong. Maybe he did something wrong. I don't have any idea. He was asked, because I thought your aunt and them were hiding Alyssa, if he wanted to do me a favor, call the aunt and see if he could talk to Alyssa. That seemed like a good, logical thing for me to do. Do you remember us sitting outside your house, Sarah?
No, but I do remember you talking about that. I have few memories of when we went to Cal. I can't even tell you if it was once or twice. I remember you renting the car and you saying that it was always your dream to drive up the Pacific Coast Highway in a white convertible.
No, you remember what kind of car we were in?
It was a white convertible, a Mustang, I
Mustang.
believe. And I know that you said that was because Alyssa liked that car, and I agree. Yes, she did.
Did
wanted
you know
a white.
that was Alyssa's favorite car?
She also wanted a white Jeep from Clueless. So yes, I was familiar with those things.
You know
However,
why
do you remember making that statement? I have always wanted to drive up the Pacific Coast Highway. That has always been my dream. And then we did it. Because it was at the time, it was a great memory.
I lived on the Pacific Coast, Sarah, and I drove up and down that.
When did you live in California, Dad? I mean,
in Santa Barbara for over a year.
When? What year?
Let me see. It would have been, let's see, before I was drafted. So that would have been probably 1967.
Oh, so
why would I always want to drive
Vietnam?
down
You were
the
drafted?
coast?
Because in your bond case, you told the judge that you did not go to Vietnam and you were not drafted.
You know what? Sarah, you want to go over all this history. Have you ever read Project 100,000?
Can you answer?
Tell me, have you ever we can't have an intelligent conversation.
No, because you want to answer the question.
What question are you looking for, Sarah?
I am on question 13. You have not answered a single one. Why'd you buy that second truck and not tell anybody?
What second truck?
Your vehicle was sold shortly after Alyssa went missing, and then you bought a nearly identical one, and I had no idea.
I traded it in for 2 Nissans. Your brother Mike had wrecked the Ford pickup. Do you remember the red Ford pickup we had that David burned the engine up on?
No.
Do you remember the red pickup at all?
No, I don't give
You
a crap
remember
what
the
we drove.
engine going bad? Okay, well, I remember
the green truck. I remember the CRX, but I don't remember the red truck. I remember Mike had a red truck when he came back from the Army, right?
No, that's the one that I gave him.
But that was years before Alyssa went missing. I'm not talking about that.
I don't know about years, but anyway, Mike was given that truck. He wrecked that truck.
So why'd you sell your vehicle right after Alyssa was gone?
Mainly because it got about 9 miles to the gallon, Sarah, and I had a lot of searching to do.
But you bought nearly an identical one.
No,
you didn't buy one that saved more fuel. It was just like a model different or something.
I brought a Nissan Green Frog, as you guys called it, and a white Frontier, which was the exchange for that 2001 four-wheel drive, which was a rare truck at that time.
Okay.
It was a white truck, Sarah. The other one was Mike's, the one that he got that he made payments on me too.
Yeah, it was a white truck when Alyssa went missing, and then you bought a nearly identical one. But I didn't know the difference because I just didn't care. It wasn't
observant. That's because you don't pay attention.
That's true. I'm not observant, and that's one of my biggest...
Oh, no, you're very observant, but to details that interest you.
Adobe Firefly is the all-in-one creative studio with AI-powered image and video editing for today's creative process. Built for creators of every kind, Firefly helps you generate, edit, and experiment fast. Because the asks aren't getting smaller, the budgets aren't getting bigger, and the timelines, oh yeah, still tight. With all the best creative AI models in one place, Firefly brings your ideas to life. Unlock a better way to make with Adobe Firefly.
So one thing, too, that really confused me is, do you remember in that last house that we lived in together, we had 3 sheds in the backyard, and I called it Shed City because I felt like it was embarrassing, remember?
Mm-hmm.
And they weren't all full. Like, some were more full than others. There was space in those.
One of them contained my vehicles, my off-road vehicles, the quad that you sold.
Oh, a quad might
The little
fit.
vehicle. Yeah, that's what one of them. That was given to us by the neighbor just to our south. So I put it together and put those vehicles in there. The rest again contained a great deal many of documents and tape recordings that I made over all the years, which a lot pertain to the City of Phoenix Police Department.
Oh, I'm sure. No, and I believe you, Dad. I have a picture of after the police raided the house, there's this picture of the ground. And I don't know, I just, by happenstance, took it. I think I just, because you might have told me to, or I might have just done it on my own, but I took pictures all around the house. And I saw either your cell phone or Alyssa's cell phone sitting on the ground. So I'm right there with you that they didn't do a good job when they raided the house. I am not happy with how they did that. 100%. My question is, though, they found a receipt from a storage unit from an Allstate self-storage for $211.04. And I didn't know about that. So there was room in the shed. Why did you have a storage unit and what was in it?
I don't even remember having a private storage shed. What for?
I don't know, but it was, I mean, it wasn't mine. It was Allstate self-storage for February 11th, 2004. You had a storage unit.
I don't know why I would rent a storage. I didn't have one. I had 3 sheds out back. We had a spare bedroom.
So that receipt is also fabricated.
I don't have any idea what it's fabricated. All I know is I don't remember it. Why would I have a storage shed? It didn't make any sense.
I know, that's my question.
I had 2
I
out
was
back
like, we
with
got
all
Shed
my
City
garbage.
out back. Why do we need
our third bedroom in that house that we bought?
Yeah, and the house is all full of crap anyway with the boxes everywhere. So that's why I was like, that's really weird. These are genuine questions, Dad.
Whoa, wow. Genuine questions. For what, sir? What's it leading up to?
Me, I want to know.
For what purpose? What do you need to know whether or not I had a storage
So I can make sense of my
shed?
childhood, because like you said, you told me one thing, the police told me another thing. I'm reading these case reports. I'm trying to reconcile my memories.
No, you're not.
What am I doing then? So,
Sarah, I think you're still suffering a great deal from abandonment because you don't remember your mother.
Of course I am. I'm extremely traumatized.
You've had that for a long, long time. You harassed your friends with it. At least you had a mother. They always complained about Renee and Tara. They didn't understand. They thought I was a great dad. How many of those people did I molest, Sarah, when they came over time after time after time?
I have my questions about Tara.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. And even if Tara told you the truth, you wouldn't believe her.
Okay. I mean, I don't know why you took her out to the movies and restaurants and stuff without me. But so what did you do with all that concrete and lye you bought?
What did I do with all the concrete? Well, I was fixing the fence posts that were snapping off at the rental place, as well as the one that we had.
Why would you do that at a rental house? That's not your response. I don't even think you could do
remember
that.
the dogs, just the Indian people that lived just south of us on the rental property?
No.
You don't remember how vicious they were? Junkyard dogs? How if you went near the fence, they would attack?
Oh.
I didn't want that post, have that fence fall down with those dogs back there.
But it's a rental property.
So?
Are you even allowed to do that?
Yes, you are.
Oh, okay.
So you have to dig up the concrete post where it snapped off from the wood that was implanted in it, then you have to pour concrete back in it.
Oh, okay. So we should find concrete there that was poured around that year.
Well, they were instant, or what do they call it?
Right, but they can do tests for that to see when it was poured.
Oh, they already did all that stuff, Sarah.
They never tested for concrete, because they asked me, were there any projects at that house? And I said, no, it was a rental. Because they asked if we poured the patio, I believe, or some slab there. And I was like, not that I remember. Because remember, there were hands in the concrete, and they were from the previous owners, because I thought it was like so cute.
I do remember that.
Yeah. What about the lye?
The what?
The lye.
The lye. I've always had lye around, Sarah.
But it was like you returned like 20 pounds or something. Like, that's a lot.
I don't know what the bag contents are on lime, Sarah. Did you ever ask why I used lime?
You told me it was for ants at one time.
That's right.
But I'm saying like that's a big amount.
It's also for ticks. Now, lime away.
No, lye.
No, I'm talking about lime away.
And you haven't answered my question about lye. So I'm just trying to stay on
I had it around
topic.
for the concrete because it makes it harder when you pour the mix. Because it's usually when you do these pre-mix things there, it's cheap concrete, doesn't hold up as well as it should. So knowing how concrete works, if you add lime, not only does it make it stronger, but it also dries quicker.
Oh, okay. So if we test the concrete at that house,
I use it for
multi
purposes as well as for the ants because it's cheaper than lime away was.
Right. So we'll find that chemical composition if we test that concrete.
I don't have any idea, Sarah, what you'll find, whether you find it or not.
Do you still think it's possible that John forged the note that was left?
Who?
Our brother John. My brother John.
That your brother John forged Alyssa's note?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yes. In 2008, you spoke with Charmaine Ashworth. You remember her? From the Phoenix PD? And you were upset that I had to rewrite the note, and you explained that they missed an opportunity to have John rewrite the note because he was a very talented artist and may have forged it.
Oh, God, Sarah.
That's what I'm reading. So are you saying that
you really going down the avenue that your own brother would write that note?
No, I don't believe that.
He's the only one that told the truth.
I'm going off your
on
words.
the stand, Sarah. You didn't tell the truth.
So did the Phoenix Police Department lie about this in the document?
About what?
They said that you were frustrated and said that they missed an opportunity to have John rewrite the note. They said you said that. So are you saying that that's a lie, that you did not say that?
But anything the Phoenix PD said, Sarah, was pretty much a lie. You were coached. So you understand what coaching means, Sarah?
This is 2008 when I still believed you. When I still believed you.
Sarah, I don't think you ever believed in day one about anything.
Why did I waste my early 20s helping you with your bomb trial?
Because you blamed me for the death of your mother.
That wasn't even in my mind at that time, Dad. But
you said that in your own interview, Sarah, at the coffee shop.
That's the
you blamed me for the loss of your mother and the loss of your sister, Sarah. You said that yourself.
I am talking about
need to go get my copies?
Stay in chronological order, Dad. In 2008, you said that to Officer Charmaine Ashworth, or they're lying about it. These are the two possibilities. You either said it or they fabricated that police report.
Let's put it this way. I don't remember, but I saw a lot of their police reports that contained a great many of inaccurate statements.
What did Rhett move for you after you got arrested in 2020?
What did what?
What did Rhett move for you after you got arrested in 2020?
I don't understand the question.
When you were arrested, you had a plan. Rhett knew that when you would get arrested, or if you got arrested, that he needed to move certain items for you. That's what Rhett told me. So yeah. What did he move for you?
No, we set up a trust account.
So what items did he move for you?
Rhett didn't move any items. What he did is he set up the program so that I would receive money while I was in jail.
So did Rhett, because I talked to Rhett the day you got arrested, and he told me that he was moving some items for you. Was Rhett lying?
I don't know what Rhett said. I wasn't there when Rhett said it to you. That's between you and Rhett, Sarah.
Okay.
But Rhett was put in charge of all of my property, which you did an excellent job to make sure it was taken care of. As I was told, you guys advised him, you being you and Mike and the rest of them, stated that what you should do is just take the key, throw it in the house, and just go ahead and lock the door. And the hell with Dad.
I didn't even know you had a condo until after the trial. Okay, so Rhett, you don't know anything about Rhett saying that. Okay.
I don't have what has relevancy about it, Sarah.
So during your bomb trial, you alluded to, you basically said that Rhett may have planted the bombs in your house.
It's a question I had because you and I remember the dog. Remember the large dog door being broke?
Yeah, and we talked about this, that it was that boyfriend that you didn't like, Brian. He snuck in through the dog door, which you accused him of early on. And I was like, no, because I was lying because I was a teenager.
I didn't know who broke into that door. I know it was broke.
Yeah, and I told you that it was my boyfriend.
And we had pictures, according to my cameras, of someone going over that wall.
Yes, and that was my boyfriend. We've talked about this several times.
Oh, he fit the description of Anderson as well. Anderson's a generic-looking guy.
Dad, this was when I was 15. This is before they even started reinvestigating.
How would I know, Sarah? I couldn't verify who it was.
Okay,
I don't remember the conversation with you saying it was your boyfriend.
You've previously said that Rhett planted those bombs. You are now saying on your YouTube channel that Mike and I planted the bombs. Do you believe that Mike and I planted the bombs in your house?
No.
In my house?
No.
100 feet from my head?
Why would I say that you planted the bombs?
It's on your YouTube channel. You said
the
that.
YouTube channel has to do with what the prosecutor for the federal government offered me in negotiations.
No.
You
say that would be my son Michael or my daughter Sarah that planted those
He said
bombs.
somebody has to go to jail, Sarah. That would have been you and Mike.
So you're denying that is on your YouTube channel right now on the internet, Dad?
No, I'm not denying it's on my YouTube, but you're taking it out of context.
No, I'm
Sarah.
not. You were saying that I and Mike planted the bombs.
I did not say you planted the pipe bombs.
Okay.
That's a lie, Sarah. Pull it up and show me exactly where I said you and Mike planted the plastic pipe bombs.
Okay.
Let's get it for the viewers. I want to see where it said I planted it. Well, you planted it. Excuse me.
Let me see if I can remember which video it was.
I told you about the offer that I was made by the prosecution and one of the reasons I took the plea agreement.
And I wanted to give you...
Plus, the federal district judge denied my rights or my motions to protect the evidence the Phoenix PD continues to not release, which is my tape recordings of every conversation I had with them showing that they lied on their affidavits and lied to the grand jury.
So if it's not here now, I will have a screenshot of it. Yeah. All your descriptions for
all
your
this
videos
for your podcast show, sir?
No.
Are you paying for all these people?
No.
Video.
I am not.
You're not? Oh, okay.
Why are all your descriptions deleted for your YouTube channel?
Why is what?
You used to have all these descriptions on your YouTube channel, and now they're all deleted for each. Oh, here we go. Here we got one. Let's see.
Yeah, you're taking things out of context, sir.
Oh, right here. Okay. This is from your YouTube channel right now that is live on the internet.
Thank you.
Okay.
You didn't like the cross-examination Jamie did you? He held you to the truth.
For the record, the federal prosecutors stated, quote, PPD found some plastic pipe bombs in your house, so someone has to go to prison, end quote. That would have been Sarah and her brother, Michael Seth Turney.
Correct. Did I say planted in that?
That's what you're alluding to.
Alluding has nothing to do with it, Sarah. It has to do with what did I say? Did I say planting, Sarah? You just said in front of these people. How are you going to edit that out, Sarah?
So if you didn't make the bombs, why'd you have an entire plan outlined to use them in your manifesto?
Why did I have an entire to use what?
The bombs.
Use plastic pipe bombs, Sarah?
So if you didn't make them, who wrote that manifesto?
I wrote the manifesto.
So you're saying that you didn't make the bombs, but also had this plan to use them, and that's completely unrelated.
No, Sarah, my plan would have included dynamite. Dynamite does a lot of damage. Plastic pipe bomb does not.
You didn't answer my question.
I just asked you a question.
No, you didn't.
What was your question? Direct.
So you're saying that you did not make those plastic pipe bombs.
I did not make those plastic pipe bombs.
But you wrote about using explosive devices, and those two things are completely separate.
They're totally different. Okay. You know anything about plastics, Sarah, and about the compression? Why do you think they make metal for shotgun, for cartridges and things, Sarah? Why don't they use plastic? It doesn't build enough pressure. You and all the rest of you people think that somehow that's going to level the whole neighborhood.
So you have such a reliance on physical evidence in Alyssa's case. That's been your big thing. There's no body. There's no crime scene.
Not mine.
So,
that's the defense, Sarah. I wasn't even aware about as much details you think about no body, no crime scene. Okay.
So I guess my thing is, what evidence do you have that Alissa was sex trafficked? Because that's what you say. Now, besides just
I have none.
Besides statistics. Okay, so you have no evidence for that.
I have no evidence.
Okay.
What evidence did the Phoenix PD produce, Sarah, that Alissa was dead?
At least 4 women have come forward with allegations of sexual assault against you dating back to the 1970s. Are you denying each and every one of those allegations?
I'm denying them all, Sarah. I've listened to about probably 50 of those since I can remember. A lot of women get upset when you reject them, Sarah. Wow. Huh?
That is such a born in 1948 statement. Do you believe you manipulated your children while raising them?
No, I directed my children and convinced them what was the good decisions and bad decisions.
You didn't play mind games?
Mind games. What do you call a mind game, Sarah?
I'm asking you.
You mean coach them like Anderson did you?
So you didn't manipulate your children. Do you recall?
You're using the wrong term, Sarah. Did I guide and direct my children with good decisions and make good decisions? Yes, I did.
Okay.
Did I use parental guidance for my children? Yes, sir.
But you said you did.
Did I manipulate them?
Okay.
All of you were taught to do your own thing. Why are you acting the way you are, Sarah? If you were so manipulated, why are you even challenging me? If you were so brainwashed.
Because I finally escaped the cult.
Whoa, the occult. Okay, now you're calling my family an occult. You say you've been talking to James.
It's also my family, Dad.
Well, you've already separated yourself.
Just because you're the sperm
family.
donor doesn't mean that you're a part of this family anymore. So do you remember writing a letter to Alissa when she was living with Mike and John? It's dated for May 27th, 2000. And these are your words, quote, "All parents use manipulation and play mind games with their children," end quote.
That's the term that I use, Sarah. If my lack of terminology using manipulation, and that's probably it. If that's what you're looking for, you were manipulated so badly, Sarah. I mean,
Do you think Alissa was afraid of you?
No, not like you guys keep saying she was.
Because you told me before that you don't remember fear in Alyssa's eyes, but you remember defiance. So you don't think Alissa was
You
afraid
don't
of you.
know. You don't even, Sarah, I'm amazed that you even spent the time you did with Alissa. Who's the one that taught you to get on the roof and jump off that roof? Was that your fearsome, I'm scared to death, Alissa? Alissa wasn't afraid of hardly anything, Sarah.
Okay, so in that same letter dated May 27th, do you recall writing to Alissa your words, quote, "I am so sorry you were afraid of me," end quote.
That had to do with Alissa telling people, I'm afraid my dad's going to kill me, which is every statement that you made, everybody else makes.
Right there, you just said it.
Oh, there you go, Sarah.
You just said it.
Ear spot, guys, earmark that one. Come on, Sarah. What is wrong? Is your career that important that you're going to manipulate this into a lie? You've destroyed your own family. You're helping destroy your brothers and sisters, or brothers don't want to talk to you because you keep continuously bringing up these lies. You even bring up things that they say, Dad, how can Sarah remember? She wasn't even there.
Well, that's between me and them, right? And no,
That's between you and them.
They talk to me.
You're the one that's making this into national
news.
news, Sarah. You're the one making this into national news.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you sit down with ABC 2020 and Dateline?
Yes, I did.
Because I didn't. So who's making it national news? I haven't done a single major media interview since the trial. You have. You've done everything you can.
Yes,
so who's making it news, me or you?
Yes, because I want to keep the situation alive, as suggested by my attorneys.
There you go.
It was their idea. They set both of those things up. I didn't ask for them. They said it's a good idea if you want to get out your word, which I tried to get out, but NBC and ABC, like you, edited things out that were pertinent.
I didn't. I edited out things about the children from our 2017
Oh, you
conversation.
didn't, sir. You manipulated to fit your little thing, just like you did with the rest of it.
I didn't. Okay,
Whatever
you want to say.
Do you remember crying and telling me, Daddy, I need you to get Zapala, or no, what was her name? Zabian or something? What was her name?
I remember.
Zapala.
I remember asking you to do ABC 2020, and then you hung up on me.
I didn't hang up. I don't remember hanging up. I remember you.
There's a recorded call.
One of the times that you continued on when I was at Walmart and I had things to do, and you kept going on and harping on stuff that you wanted to record.
You said, "Thank you for doing media. Thank you." You thanked me for everything I was doing. Do you remember that?
I thanked you for the fact that you kept attention on Alissa.
Yes, and I said we would get so much more attention if you would just help me. Please help me.
Help you.
And then you hung up on me. I wanted you to do 2020. I told you they wouldn't do it without you. That was before you were arrested. Was that our coffee shop? That was our 2019 conversation.
2018.
2019.
When did we make the coffee shop one?
2017.
2017.
That was the year you got out of prison, I believe.
Oh, yeah, that's the reason. The one after that's when Mike wouldn't let me see his boys because you went ahead and put...
As you would say, that's between you and Mike.
No, that's not between me and Mike. It's because you deliberately want to do... You don't want your brothers talking to me. You don't want your brothers helping me.
I want people on Alissa's
You even condemned your own brother,
side.
Rhett, who's been most helpful to you on everything. So he did more for you than anybody
Dad,
did.
I text Rhett and said, I am not in a place to forgive you right now for supporting Dad when you did not support me. I am heartbroken. That's what I text Rhett. Because that's the truth.
He's not doing what you want him to do because you're trying to manipulate for your career, Sarah.
But I don't talk to him. How
Are
am I
you making money
manipulating
off
him?
of this, Sarah? Your whole career is based on your sister's tragedy. That's sick, Sarah.
Okay, Deb. So when you write your book, is that going to come out for free?
What?
You're going to write a book, you say, on your YouTube channel. So are you charging people?
According to the producers that I've talked to, Sarah, they told me if I'm figuring on making money off of one book, that I can forget that.
Okay, so when you write a book, it's going to come out for free.
No, it's not going to come out for free. They're going to want to make money, Sarah.
Oh, okay. So you're going to make money
Or they're
off
not going
of
to
it.
do that, but it's
Okay,
going to
so
cost me.
So we're doing the same thing.
No, we're not, Sarah.
Okay.
I don't draw a salary like you do. With 6 figures, the last figure I heard, that you're making your whole career based off of nothing but the tragedy of Alissa, your own sister.
That's not true. I just launched my most successful show yet that had nothing to do with Alissa. Actually, last week.
Well, I mean, who pays your salary?
I pay my salary. What are you talking about? I am self-employed.
You're self-employed. And how do you get your money
How do you get your money? How'd you buy your condo?
Very simply, workers' comp settlement.
Yeah, right. You sued. Just like the questions you want to ask me aren't related to Alissa. It's all related about your lawsuit.
What lawsuit?
I don't know. The one that the news contacted me about that I didn't interview for because I don't want to interview about Alissa. They contacted me and said, your father's suing the state.
Lawsuit against the city of Phoenix for their collusion and punishment before due process at the county jail. Yeah, without any substantial evidence, as the judge said. Remember that guy, Sam Myers?
Yeah. I want to talk to you about that too.
No physical
actually.
evidence.
Yeah.
Sam Myers said no substantial evidence, which you don't even know what the definition of it is.
He said the state did not present their case. And as you watched in my interview, because you said that you watched my interviews, I said I agree with that. The state didn't present their case. I argue that they could have.
And why didn't they, Sarah?
Because they sucked at their job. Because they were so busy with the Brian Patrick Miller case, they started working on Alissa only like 2 weeks before.
How about they didn't have any evidence to produce, Sarah?
That's what you believe. That's not what I believe.
I know what you don't believe, because your objective here is to interrogate your own father because you're trying to get ratings. Maybe you just lost one of your sponsors, so now you want to get some ratings. But I finally got my father to sit down with me, and we're going to get to the truth of this. You don't even know what happened, Sarah, because you weren't there.
Dad, they asked me.
You're asking questions.
They said, what do you expect out of this? And I said, nothing.
Oh, you're talking, who's they? You're talking about New Times.
The crew all around us.
You're talking about News Times.
No.
New Times is the last interview and the only one that did about the lawsuit.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about right here, right now. I said they asked me, this crew right here.
Oh, these guys did?
Yeah, they said, what do you expect going into this meeting with your dad? And I said, nothing. It's an argument.
But it's an unwinnable case because they went ahead and put it in the federal district court.
Dad, we're not in a courtroom. This is me and you talking.
But you're so hostile, Sarah. It's
what,
hard for me to
You
watch.
asked for the hug. You want me to come in here and hug you? Dad, even if Alissa didn't go missing, just based off my childhood and how I was treated, I wouldn't hug you.
That you've disowned me as your father. You don't love your father anymore.
Dad, when's the last time we talked? What do you mean disowned you? Dad, this blood doesn't mean anything to me. I know it means a lot to you. Doesn't mean anything to me.
Sir, did you try and get her order protection after the trial was over and I was freed?
I was told that I couldn't.
Oh, that's true. You couldn't because there's no grounds to get it. Did you try and get one?
I wanted to protect myself because I get afraid of you. At night when there's a bump, I get scared.
How many times have I
you.
attacked you, Sarah? How many times have I even spanked you when you were a kid?
I don't know, Dad. How many pills did you give me when I was growing up?
See, Sarah, look at you. You're talking about sliding the question. I'm asking you, how many times were you actually physically spanked as a child?
I don't know. I remember talking back. Remember, I talked back to you when you told me to clean my room and you slapped me across the face. And I came to you crying. And I said, you're asking me genuinely. This is my memory. And I came to you crying. And I was like, can I watch TV while I clean my room? And then you hugged me and said that you were so sorry. And I don't think that I wouldn't consider that extreme physical abuse. But when you ask, that's the first memory that came to my mind. That's my honest answer.
Your memory's selective, Sarah. I've never slapped you or Alissa.
No, I was talking back and you slapped me
the only one that got more
because it scared me because you
didn't
do that to me because I was extremely spoiled. That's what I remember. All my friends thought I was spoiled.
You're fabricating for your audience.
What am I fabricating?
You're going to cut that out too? You're going to edit that too, Sarah?
What am I fabricating?
What?
Am I fabricating that I was spoiled?
What's that got to do with you saying that you were slapped?
I'm like trying to meet you in the middle here, Dad, and you can't even hear it. I'm trying to meet you in the middle.
You're looking for reviews and increasing your...
Okay, if you're just going to sit here and talk terribly about me because... Dad, the Phoenix police sat me down and said my best chance is getting media. And I threw myself into that. I was laid off over COVID, like so many people were. And I said, I'm going to try podcasting full time. And then I did. That's when I put ads in my podcast.
So you're saying because of COVID-19, you became...
And then I began telling other people's stories. And Alissa's story has changed people's lives, Dad. That's why I continue to do what I'm doing. This is the most meaningful job I've ever been in, aside from working with the kids in foster care.
I'm glad, Sarah.
I love what I do.
I'm very proud of you on that.
I'm proud of what I do.
I'm very proud of
My new podcast, Not About Alissa, hit #1 across the charts with 3 people on my team. That's beating out people with huge production companies because people want to hear from families in true crime.
They wanted to hear your story, Sarah, because you've
The
told
podcast isn't about me. It's about an entirely different person, not even hosted by me.
in the beginning.
I am a silent executive producer in the background. My name's not even on it.
Do you ever watch?
So my career is not all about Alissa.
Yes, it is.
My career is about helping
started
people.
Because of Alissa.
No, I was doing this for free for almost an entire year,
Before
going
Alissa
into
ran away?
bankrupt. No, before I started monetizing the podcast. I monetized it when I was laid off.
I thought you worked for Zavala.
No. I worked for her she gave me 1 check. I worked for her for about 2 seconds.
So why is she suing you, Sarah?
Huh?
Why is she suing you?
That's a whole different matter, Dad.
Is it?
That's far gone.
Oh, okay.
No, so what happened was
I thanked her because she was running a podcast in reference to Alissa.
Yeah, and then what happened was we had a falling out. I thought that I will tell you honestly, I thought that she was my best friend. We had a falling out, and then I tweeted and said,
Over what?
Huh?
Over what?
She wanted to move on from Alissa, and that really hurt my feelings. And she said some really bad things. And it was, when we went to court, the judge said, this is the most high school thing I've ever seen, and I agree. It was like me and Renee breaking up in court. You know what I mean? It was the stupidest thing. And then I made a tweet that said something like, I'm going to tell the real story of why I started my podcast. Detective Summershoe forwarded that to her and said, you might want to file something against Sarah. It sounds like she's going to talk negatively about you. So she...
Summershoe did that to you?
Yes, he did.
Gee, I thought he was your buddy.
No, he is not my buddy. So she filed an injunction against harassment. The police came to my door. They told me I should fight it because I was like, this is crazy. Like, what do I do? I have no idea. And I had only so many days or something to file. And I went to my first lawyer ever. I'd never had a lawyer before. And they said, do you know that the verbiage in this means that you can't talk about your sister's case at all? So I fought it. So that's why we went to court and I won. But that's the whole story behind that.
Oh, you won the lawsuit that she filed against you.
Well, it was people are real upset online about calling it a lawsuit. So it was an injunction against harassment that I fought.
That she had on you.
Yeah. Because she
was
said
there
that...
ever an injunction put on you and a gag order for you to stop talking about the case?
No. I did that.
Because I read the filings. I also read your emails back and forth to People magazine.
Yeah.
And according to what they've had to say, you're the one that said that I killed and molested your sister. You said that
I believe that, yes.
Well, that's what they said. I don't know. I wasn't.
Oh, no. In those emails with that guy, I said, hey, you ran this quote on the cover of People magazine. I didn't say that. And that's why we submitted the emails, because he goes, yeah, I know you didn't say that. That's somebody else who writes that.
I read that email too.
Yeah.
Did you know the sheriff's office took it? One of the officers did the day that it came and hit the stand before all the inmates received it in the mail and walked it around hand to hand and gave it to another inmate to get around the pod. Just get me attacked. Are you aware of that? No, you're not. That's why I got sell alone, Sarah, because the sheriff's office was concerned about the People magazine article.
Well, I've heard a different story if you'd like to hear what I've heard.
Well, sure. I'd love to hear rumors, innuendos, and lies.
Okay. I mean, this is what I got a call from, you remember Shannon, Lynette's daughter?
Yeah.
Do you remember that she was there when you got booked in? She's a detention officer.
I don't remember her
and
being
she was
a
there.
detention officer.
Yeah, and she immediately said, I'm kind of related to this guy. I can't be around. Because she called me to tell me. And she said that you were running around telling people that you used to be a detective. And so that they had to put you in protective custody.
No.
So that's what I heard about you going into protective custody. So Shannon's lying. John's lying. Rhett's lying. I'm lying. But you aren't.
No, sir. I was not under protective situation. I went into protective housing because of COVID-19, as recommended by the lawyers because of my age.
So it wasn't because of the People magazine article.
35th Avenue and Lower Buckeye Road is where they send people under protective custody. Now, I was not in cell alone until after the People magazine article. I had inmates all the time.
So you weren't telling people that you were a detective? So Shannon,
the sheriff's office said because it was 50 years ago that I didn't. It was not something that they would want to be concerned about because it was so long ago.
But were you telling people you were a detective?
Telling who?
I don't know. Whoever you were around when you go to jail. I've never been to jail. I don't know.
What people would I tell, Sarah?
The officers around you, the detention officers?
The officers were aware of all of the inmates' past history.
No, that's not my
They would
question.
approach
Did
me
you
at
tell
times.
them? Because that's what Shannon told me.
Shannon said that I told them that I had been in law enforcement. Yes. I don't remember her being there because I would have recognized her.
Well, she recused herself. She was like,
she reclused herself. But the point being is that they wanted to know, were you ever in law enforcement? They ask that question to everybody that comes in because they separate them. Then again, they told me, well, we looked at your situation, but it was 50 years ago. So there's nobody in here that you would have actually arrested.
Okay.
That's
So
what their reason was.
That's my confusion.
Okay. Did you get that straight?
I mean, no, because according to you, everybody else is lying and not you.
No,
It doesn't matter who it is. Me, Shannon, John, people who were around for a little bit, people who were there the whole time. Everybody else is lying but you.
Sarah, what do you come up with that? So talking about a broad harassment threat. Listen to what you're saying.
Okay, if you feel harassed, I can stop. I don't want to harass you.
Sarah, you're already with the expression on your face and the
Okay, then we
hostility.
should probably stop if you feel harassed. Because that is not my intention. I do not mean to.
What is your intention, Sarah?
The
Why are you attacking me instead of just asking your questions?
I'm done with my questions. Now we're having a conversation. But if you feel attacked and harassed, I don't want to continue this conversation.
So you're done with all of your questions that you had.
Yeah. I mean, I have different categories if you brought different stuff up, but I don't think it's worth bringing up.
Okay. When did you start actually working with the City of Phoenix Police Department, Sarah?
I've told you 5,000 times in the court that I never worked with the City of Phoenix.
5,000 times? We haven't had that many conversations, Sarah. You're a little bit over-exaggerating.
Yes, I am over-exaggerating, Dad.
Okay.
I never worked with the Phoenix Police Department.
Did you or did you not give Anderson permission to search the house without talking to me about it? Did you?
Search our house? I said that they could come in and talk to us.
That's not what he said.
I don't, Dad,
It's on the
I
video.
don't recall from back then.
So why did they show up that day, Sarah? Was that by my invitation or yours?
I was the family contact. We've gone over the story, but I'm happy to do it again. I was the family contact for police. They said we'd like to look at Alyssa's things. I said, great. We have sheds full of Alyssa's things because I told my dad to keep everything.
We had sheds.
So I said,
you remember what they looked like?
Sheds. And no, we only had 2 boxes of Alyssa's things when they came, and I was devastated. Devastated because I didn't know where anything went.
I think you did.
So yes, did I invite the police into our home as the family? Absolutely. Why? Okay, Dad. Why would I not invite the police into our home?
What are you talking about now? You're one of those kind of people, if a cop asks you to search his house, you're going to relinquish your Fourth Amendment and let him?
If that means, if I was a parent accused of hurting my child was missing, I would say, come do whatever you need to do so you can get past me and go find whatever happened to them.
You're probably one of the contributing factors why our Constitution is being deteriorated every day. You cannot let any police officer, just because he thinks he wants to search a house. Anderson was explaining to it. You were standing there, sir, when I told him, why would you want to search this house? Alyssa never lived here.
Would you like to have a moment of silence for the Constitution?
Now you're mocking something I believe in very dearly. Sir,
yeah, because you were attacking me again the same way that you attacked me in court, that not a single motion in those first few years was even about Alissa. It was all about me. You couldn't make it stick that I was working with police. Then you went on to say I worked with the state. Then you said I went to work with Thomas Heimer. You tried to get anything to attack me. And you did that just to hurt me, and I know that.
I never said it.
And I never once did that to you. Everything I say is the truth.
I didn't even know, Sarah, that you were even in a conversation with Thomas Heimer.
Interesting, because you said everything my team is doing is because I told them to do it. You said, I am telling them what to do. That's what you told me yesterday.
I'm telling what? You're turning things really going off the hayward. Calm down, Sarah. Please, calm down. I mean, you're really losing it.
I'll calm down when you tell the truth.
What truth are you looking for, Sarah? Remember me asking you overall, what are you looking for, Sarah, other than ratings?
Okay, so my last question is...
Was I ugly after dark? Yes, I was. And because of my age, I continue to be that way.
Will I get that confession on your deathbed?
Bad phrasing, Sarah. It meant that the story that you have heard is never going to change, even when I'm dying, Sarah, because I did not molest and I did not kill your daughter, your sister.
Okay, so is that offer to confess if you get lethal injection within 10 days still on the table? Or
you took it out of context, Sarah, and you played it to the hilt.
Okay.
To a point it became some kind of an evidentiary thing. Because of what I was warned by all of the family, don't talk to Sarah. But I chose to talk to you because I really wanted to see if my daughter had that much hatred towards me.
I feel nothing for you. I will leave this conversation. I will finish my projects about Alissa. And
Are you going to keep your word and give me the videos
I
you
will
talked about?
never think of you again. My children will not know who you are.
Are you going?
I will not
Sarah,
speak your name.
Oh, now for the audience, are you going to give me the recordings you said you were or you're not?
I wish you the best.
You're a liar, Sarah. Why are you doing this, Sarah? To make money off of your dead sister?
If you'd like
she
to
is
speak
dead?
to the producers, you can. I wish you the best.
No drum roll, guys? 3 hours of stuff for me to tell my story. All right. As long as we're on the air, folks, can we continue with this, or you guys paid to shut this thing down? The Phoenix PD fabricated this. All of it. You understand? The judge saw it. That's why he acquitted it. Do you understand that? You guys, I was just manipulated, and I don't appreciate that. But Sue, what for, guys? Who actually paid you guys to do this? Sarah?
No, you were. Sarah did not ask us to do this.
You're doing this independently?
We're doing it for a documentary.
Okay, do you have any questions that you'd like to ask me?
Yeah.
We'll ask you some questions, but I don't want to be videotaped while I ask you questions.
You don't want?
I don't want to be videotaped while I ask you questions, if that's
Why?
okay. Huh?
Because I don't want to be on YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay. You're not the kind of person that's,
So,
okay.
I'll ask you questions.
Yeah.
You want to start? You want me to start?
No.
Yeah, because you're going to have to,
But
think about what you're
I am so disappointed. Sarah lied to me again. It doesn't really matter at this stage. Sarah suffered so much from abandonment. I mean, my own daughter telling people that I killed her mother. Damn it, Christmas. All right. Am I still going to get a copy of the DVD? You're not going to lie about that either?
No.
Okay, good.
We can't until the film's done.
It's embarrassing to have a family dispute on TV, but again, I was hoping it would help Sarah, but she's killing herself. Look, she's so heavy.
So, I'm going to ask you a couple questions.